So in this lecture, we're going to continue our discussion of methods for integrating trigonometric functions, specifically ones that look like this, where we have a power of the sine function times a power of the cosine function. And the way we're going to do this depends on the nature of the exponents. Or we're going to have one method that we'll use when the exponent on the sine function is odd, another one that we'll use when the exponent on the cosine function is odd, and a third one for when they're both even. So we'll start off with the one with the method for where the sine is odd, and the approach here is going to be very similar to what we saw in the last lecture. I'm going to split off one of those sine functions, right? And so this will become the integral sine of x times sine squared x times cosine squared x dx. All right, now I'm going to get rid of both of those sine functions in two different ways. I'm going to get rid of the sine squared by making it 1 minus cosine squared. So this will be the integral sine of x 1 minus cosine squared x times cosine squared x dx. And now I'll do a substitution, right? I'll let u equal the cosine of x. So du equals negative sine of x dx. And I see I've got a sine and a dx in there. So I'm going to say sine of x dx equals negative du. All right, now if I make these substitutions, the sine of x and the dx get replaced with negative du. So this is negative integral 1 minus u squared times u squared du. And now we're back to a polynomial, right? This is the integral, negative integral, u squared minus u to the fourth du. And that is u to the third over 3 minus u to the fifth over 5. And I'm going to distribute that minus sign. So this will be minus, plus, and plus a constant. And then we just have to go back to cosine. So this is minus cosine to the third x over 3 plus cosine to the fifth x over 5 plus a constant. And that's it. There's my antiderivative. That's my integral. So I've got the other odd exponent case here. This time it's on the cosine function. And we're really going to handle this exactly the same way. I'm going to pull one of the cosines off of there. And this will become the integral sine squared x cosine squared x times the cosine of x dx. Okay, now I'm going to do a very similar substitution, right? I'm going to let u equal, u is the other function than the one you pulled off. So I pulled a cosine off. So I'm going to let u equal the sine of x. So du equals cosine x dx. And I got that right here at the end. Right, so that's going to get replaced with du. And then over here, remember, I'm going to substitute u for the sine of x. So it's that cosine of x that I need to go away. So I'm going to make this the integral sine squared x 1 minus sine squared x. And I'll go ahead and make this substitution. We'll go ahead and make this du. Now do the u substitution. This will be the integral u squared 1 minus u squared du. And now once again, we're back to a polynomial. So this is the integral u squared minus u to the fourth du. That's u to the third over 3 minus u to the fifth over 5 plus a constant. And now go back to the trig function. This is sine cubed x over 3 minus sine fifth x over 5 plus a constant. And there you go. There's your integral. So now we have the case where we have two even powers. And so what I'm going to do here, as I'm going to really rely on that double angle, those double angle formulas. Right, so I'm going to make this the integral of sine squared x squared cosine squared dx. Right, now let's put the half angles in there. This is the integral 1 minus cosine 2x over 2 squared times 1 plus cosine 2x over 2 dx. And now I have to multiply all of this out. Right, so I'm going to pull, this is going to become a 1/4 down here, and the other two will make it a 1/8. So I'm going to pull 1/8 out. Integral of 1 minus cosine 2x squared 1 plus cosine 2x dx. Okay, now you really do just have to multiply all of this expression out so that it has just powers of cosine 2x in it. And I did this in advance. So this is 1/8 the integral 1 minus cosine 2x minus cosine squared 2x plus cosine cubed 2x dx. Okay. I can integrate the 1, I can integrate the cosine 2x, and I can actually do this part pretty easily. That's just going to be another double angle substitution. This one is going to take a little work. We're going to have to use the method we talked about in the last lectures to make that happen. So let's see what we get here. This is 1/8 the integral 1 minus cosine 2x minus 1 plus cosine 2x over 2 plus, and I'm going to go ahead and do the split here. This is cosine 2x times cosine squared 2x dx. All right, now I'm going to have to split it up, because when I do the u substitution on that cosine part, it's no longer going to be dx, it's going to be du, but I need the dx to stay with the first part. So this is 1/8 the integral 1 minus cosine 2, well, sorry, let's combine these numbers together. This is 1 minus a half from over here. So this is 1/2 minus cosine 2x minus, excuse me, that's a 4x in there, right? Not a 2x. So this is going to be minus cosine 4x plus the integral, and let's go ahead and do the substitution here, right? I'm gonna need some room, so I'm gonna try to squeeze this in up here at the top. I'm gonna let u equal the sine of 2x, so du equals 2 cosine 2x, which is a dx. So cosine 2x dx equals du over 2, and I've got a cosine 2x dx here. Okay, now I'm going to take this cosine squared, and I'm going to make this 1 minus sine squared, so excuse me, sine squared 2x. So that's where the u is going to go. So this is going to become 1/2 1 minus u squared du, and that's an integral I can do. All right, so let's see if we can get all these integrals going here. This is 1/8 times x over 2 minus 1/2 sine 2x minus 1/4 sine 4x plus 1/2 times u minus u cubed over 3. And I'm just going to put a big constant out here at the end where I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Almost it, right? Thankfully. This is maybe a little more room. Let me go a little further over. 1/8 x over 2 minus 1/2 sine 2x minus 1/4 sine 4x plus 1/2 sine 2x minus 1/8 sine cubed 2x plus that constant. Okay, so some nice stuff happened here. These sine 2x's, those are going to cancel, right? And what's left? Well, we've got x over 16 minus, let's see, 1 over, and I just noted I lost a 2. This should be cosine 4x over 2. So this should be 1/8 sine 4x, and this is 1/8 sine 4x. So this is minus 1/64 sine 4x minus 1. Let's see, this should be a 6 here. This was 2 times 3. So 6 times 8 is 48. So this is 1/48 sine cubed 2x plus a constant. And that's it. Give or take a couple of lost fractions there. Right? So there's our antiderivative. Right, for this function. Yeah, it's kind of messy. Right, it is. And so are some of the previous ones we saw. So we get a couple more sections into this chapter on integration. We're going to look at some integral formulas. Right, there are whole tables of integrals that have integrals worked out for some of these messy ones. And we are going to see some easier ways to come to these particular conclusions when we get into that section. So in the next lecture, we're going to do something very similar to what we've been doing here, only we're going to do it with some of the other trig functions like the tangent and the secant.